Hi, I'm Madeline Cheryle, and welcome to Cinema Sitdown. Today I'm with...
Cyrus Gilmore.
Kayla.
Megan Weaver.
Demi Talavera.
And let's get to the opening segment. Today we watched The Watermelon Woman. The Watermelon Woman is a 1996 romantic comedy directed by Cheryl Dunye. In this film, we follow Cheryl, an aspiring black lesbian filmmaker who works at a video rental service. After watching a 1930s film titled Where a Black Actress is Only Credited as the Watermelon Woman, Cheryl creates a documentary in order to uncover the true identity of this woman. The Watermelon Woman covers topics such as racism, interracial relationships, homophobia, and intersectionality. Let's take a look at that trailer.
So in this one film that came into the store, Plantation Memories, I saw the most beautiful black mammy named Elsie. And I just had to show this, so watch.
Oh, don't cry, Missy. Master Charles is coming back for sure. I know he is. Do you really think so, Elsie? Oh, yes, Missy Barbara, I know he is. I prayed to God all night long, and this morning, his little angel told me that he was coming back. Back to you.
Her name, the Watermelon Woman. That's right, Watermelon Woman. Is Watermelon Woman her first name, her last name, or is it her whole name? I don't know, but girlfriend has it going on, and I think I've figured out what my project's gonna be on. I'm gonna make a movie about her. I'm gonna find out what her real name is, who she was and is, everything I can find out about her. Because something in her face, something in the way she looks and moves is serious, is interesting. And I'm gonna just tell you all about it.
Before we start the discussion, I did want to share a fun fact about this film. So, The Watermelon Woman is the first feature-length film made by a black lesbian, and also that Cheryl Dunye is the director, writer, and the main actress for this film.
That is cool.
That is
cool.
Yeah. A lot of her work was biographical, so she made a lot of short films before this, and she always incorporates herself somehow into this. I really like this movie, and it's been recommended to me for a long time, but I would like to hear everybody else's first impressions. Demi, you go first.
Okay. Well, I thought it was going to be sad because you kept saying that you cried when you watched it. So I really didn't know what to expect. And then it started, and you said, it's not sad at all. I just cry when I watch it. So I just kind of went in not knowing what was going to happen. But I enjoyed it.
I also really liked it. I'm also glad it wasn't a sad movie because lesbian movies they always got to be sad. But this one wasn't. I mean, it told a really good story. It really combined my two favorite things, which is film history and queer, specifically lesbian history, and I really liked it. I thought it was a really good movie.
I had fun. I love obviously there's actually themes and stuff, but I don't I liked it. That's my first impression. It's just I liked it, and then I just kept saying oh, I like that, I like that, I like that. I don't know.
I thought the concept was really cool, like the documentary type of style of it. I thought it hit a lot of important issues without outwardly just throwing them at you. Like it was giving great real life examples of those issues and how they're faced.
I truly this movie's been recommended to me for so long, and I put it off for a long time, and then a couple months ago I watched it, and literally like 5 minutes in, I was like, oh, I see why this is meant for me, and it truly is. And I love how it covers all the bases. And usually when you have movies, it can either be about black people or about lesbians, and you cannot have both, and you never really see both. And so it was really cool. This was the first movie made by a black lesbian, but it's also kind of the first movie really about black lesbians. So I really love Cheryl and Tamra. They're my favorites. Do you guys have a personal favorite character?
Oh, I really liked Tamra too. I thought I really liked her, and she was funny. And I also liked Annie, the worker.
She gets so much slack for no
She
reason.
really
does.
does.
Yeah.
She had like really the 90s grunge look down, and I
loved her
really
shirts.
liked that.
Like,
Yeah. So I liked Annie, she was fun. And Tamra.
My favorite was probably Tamara, but a close second, just for comedy relief, is probably the boss.
Yeah.
Just like the slide, like, do you want a job?
Get off the phone.
if we're going with that aspect, I liked the mom a lot. She was just like exactly what you expect from like a mom who's just helping her daughter out with her project.
And that's literally Cheryl Dunye's mom,
I
like
know.
actual mom.
That's what it makes it even better. It's like she could have just gotten a random like older actress. She's like, no, I want my real mom in this, and I think that's so sweet.
Well, I liked Diana until I didn't. I liked the lady that worked at the.
Worked at Quit?
Yeah. I liked her. She was fun.
For a big plate of Yardbirds and strings.
What?
Fried chicken and spaghetti.
I liked all of the people that did karaoke.
Yeah,
They were fun, but I really liked Cheryl too.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite karaoke line?
Oh. Would you
I don't
perform it
even
for
know.
us?
I don't know.
Your performance?
I don't really know what she was saying, but the last line before they cut her off, when she like went really high.
She was singing "Loving You."
Yeah.
That was a really that whole scene like really like shows like the comedy of like it is like about like this kind of like a serious thing of like trying to find this like erased history, but it also is a comedy. And I think that scene where they're doing karaoke and Cheryl's blind date gets up and sings "Loving You" horribly.
Dedicated to her.
Dedicated to her, and they just have to sit there and watch it unfold, and it's a pretty funny
But
scene.
nobody talks about how good her dress was. Her dress was so pretty. The green sparkly dress.
It was very nice.
That was a number, and it was so pretty.
Even like the girl that was singing when they first, when the scene
I
first
liked
started.
her a lot.
Was
I
it
don't even
Boogie
think
on
she had a
Down?
name.
Then,
Yeah.
There was a scene with Tamara and Cheryl where Cheryl had this like darker green top
Yeah.
with these jeans, and the top it was such a good color on her. Like,
The outfits
The
in this
outfits
movie,
are so
it's,
good.
just,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
No, it's like a fashion style that I really like. It's very like niche of just like butch women in the 90s, especially butch black women in the 90s. It's like a very like specific style of dress, and I really obviously they captured it well because these like real characters' lives and probably their real clothes that they wear. But I really like all the outfitting.
It definitely like showed you who they were as people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times you watch movies and they're just kind of in the most basic outfit you in. And sometimes even in this one they were in the most basic outfit, but like it still showed you them. You know, I felt like I was looking at people who dressed themselves, who really had their own sense of style, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It was so interesting because they were all like their styles were pretty similar, but also not. And they were all very individualistic.
Yeah, like
That's a big word.
Tamara definitely liked vests. She wore a lot of vests and a lot of like sleeveless. And then like Annie was always like wore like the little like baby tees and suspenders.
I remember specifically like I really liked Diana's jewelry.
Oh,
like
yeah.
yes,
I
the
Not
rings.
getting to do that.
Yes.
And then Tamara had specific earrings that
Yes.
she wore a lot.
They're always like dangly ones, but like they're still.
I was really surprised in one scene Cheryl was wearing like a dress.
I know that
Yeah.
caught me off guard because I forgot about that.
I was like,
and I
that's interesting for her. I mean, I don't think it's like obviously not terribly out of character, but just surprising.
She wore dress twice.
When was the first one?
Well, the first one, it's when they're interviewing the black film archivist at the very beginning, and it's the line where Tamara's like, "Well, you don't like women," like that's obvious. But most of it's shot a medium
okay, and then I just
close up,
notice.
so you can't see it, but she backs up and you can tell she's wearing a dress, and I went, because I didn't pick that up the first time.
Yeah, I forgot about that scene. That scene's also
Women are
pretty
not your
funny.
strong suit.
Get out.
There's so many like little characters in this movie that are just they're perfect, and they add so much character and so many funny lines. I forgot how much of a comedy this was.
Yeah.
It was really
I
fun.
mean, it says it's a comedy, but I was like, okay. And
It's because you were crying. That's why.
I just meant a lot to me.
You forgot that it was funny.
I forgot it was funny.
That's okay.
So, I'm curious, how did we feel about Diana? Opinions?
I liked Diana at first. Like, I mean, obviously, for me, I know at the time it was interracial relationships were a big deal. Interracial relationships are still kind of a big deal to some people. And I think especially like Tamara really showed that until she started giving her reasons, and then you kind of start to understand. And then the last conversation Diana and Cheryl have, really it shows you right there, like, okay, now I'm understanding why Tamara has those reasons, and they're valid reasons. So at first, pretty good, and then I think it kind of just slides down the more and more it
It
goes.
also happened really fast,
Yeah,
which I mean, I'm not going to say that's not stereotypical, but it did happen pretty fast.
I think when like talking about like Diana, I think another scene that like kind of shows like what kind of like character or like person she is not only like that last scene we see her in, it's also in the scene where her and Cheryl are interviewing that director's sister, and Cheryl wants to like really get the truth out and really expose it, and Diana is like content with like leaving it and not like stirring things up too much and not wanting to like upset or like break like the status quo or norm of the situation.
I did enjoy when they were at dinner, when they were on their like double date dinner at was it Tamara's home? Is that where they were
I
at?
think so.
I did enjoy that Diana was being very like positive about Cheryl's like film. Like that was really cool, especially when Tamara at times was putting it down. It was nice with that, but then also at the end she goes, our film.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, you had me, and then you didn't have me anymore.
I think that's why it took me a minute to like see Diana as a character, like how she was because I was kind of blinded by the Moshi stuff. Like they were kind of cute at the beginning. It's like I like cute stuff. I don't know, but like and like all the positivity, encouragement that she had at first, it was like she's cool. Like she's here.
They
You know,
were
she's kind of a side
cute for like
character,
2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you kind of
And then it was hot and steamy.
You kind of realize it, like, as Cheryl realizes it, too. And then do we see her after?
No.
Yeah,
No.
she's just gone.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Put on her clothes and that's it.
Yeah, she got out of there. She did not have time for her.
Got out
the
of
most- oh, go ahead.
weird house.
Yeah, but I think
weird
she's just.
house.
I thought they mentioned this, but I guess they didn't. But I think it's just heavily implied that she's very rich.
I think that was
that
too.
was just kind of.
Yeah, because
She's moving from Chicago to Philly, and
'Cause she
she's
wants to.
wants to.
living in this giant loft just because she wants to, and she doesn't have a job.
Everything in
Yeah.
college.
Yeah. And she just gave up.
Yeah, just never got the degree,
But
never did anything.
It didn't even look like a real apartment. It just looked like they like found like an empty warehouse.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
and let's pretend this is an apartment, but
also-
I mean a lower budget film.
Yeah, and because she had, like, just moved in, so, like, it wasn't furnished, so it really made it look
Weird.
big, empty room.
Boxes.
Yeah. Bed, TV, that's all they needed.
And like the weird like little futon like
Yeah.
fainting couch they were laying on.
Yeah.
I
watch
think
the
it was just.
movie?
I think it was just a mattress on the ground.
No, it was like
It was up.
It was.
up,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
A little bit. It wasn't great.
but it wasn't like a bed because they had she had a separate bed.
Oh, I guess it was her bed.
And so that was just like the weird couch and day
put,
bed in front of
they just put a
TV.
comforter set
That
on
and
the
the
futon,
TV,
but also on the
She
bed.
had just moved in.
You just moved in.
That's not the part you were supposed to be
And she
focusing
did
on.
not care to watch that movie with Cheryl. She's like, really?
Really?
That's interesting. Anyway.
And anyway.
Yeah.
So one thing that I definitely noticed when I first watched this was the editing choices. I actually wrote a paper about it, and I was interested on what you guys thought about it. I loved it. I think it's so fitting because it definitely, to me, just felt like an amateur filmmaker, and you have all this different tools that you can use. And I want the swirling fading in and out, and I want this fun text. Like it feels very realistic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Like the editing, it did stick out to me like very early on. I was like, oh, that's weird, but that's because we're trained to do it like right, you know. You know, it's like, oh, that's a wife. But I started getting into it. I was like, this is fun. I like it. She had fun with it, and like whether or not it was to mimic the style of like either to mimic or was legit, it doesn't matter. It just stood out. Like I don't know how many times we saw a wipe. There was a lot of wipes and like a bunch of random cuts, but like in a way that I liked. I don't know.
It fade to black so many times.
Yes.
I was like, hey Cheryl, I think maybe this was one wipe too far, one fade.
I
and
think
the font too was like
title cards. Yeah, I think it definitely does like lean like amateurish of like the editing and the like sound mixing. I could tell like a lot of it was put in like post like 80 yard in, and that it did just kind of stand out to me as like, oh, it made lower budget, which is fine. I like lower budget movies, but that it did kind of stand out to me in that way. And it did make it, but it did, like, with, like, the wipes and, like, the funky title cards did scream, like, I'm home-making a documentary. This is my homemade documentary that's in the 90s. I'm gonna throw a wipe in. I'm gonna have that funky text.
I think that's kind of why I was struggling to really tell until we got our lovely title card here. Or, like, if this was, like, fully real, if it was, like, half real. Because you could tell, like, the life scenes, that was all acted.
Yeah.
But, like, other parts, I was like, what's going on?
It kind of like, it's on this weird line of certain parts you're not quite sure she's talking to the camera, and is that actually for the documentary herself, or is that just for her, and she's just making like a video diary about it, so it's just kind of this weird line.
Like, yeah, because there was like one bit near the end is where she was kind of dissing Tamara a bit, and it's like, do you want to put that in there? Because I think you're going to show your friends this.
And she was like, yeah, she's not my type, but I'm
like, aren't you going to show this
going
to
to be
people?
in the documentary?
I think they did do a really good job of like mixing what Cheryl was filming and what was like the narrative kind of, because like obviously you'd see like the camera difference, and it just, I don't know, just like a good mix of when it was like shot as like this is the story or this is Cheryl making her documentary.
I was about to say they had a bunch of different cameras that they used, and I liked it. Like it was just like I could tell when they were meaning to use those different cameras. It wasn't just a different mix of cameras just to mix it. It was, you could really tell like where in the story they were, whether it was an interview or if it was a shot like them in the library when they're grabbing all of the books. Yeah, I like the different incorporation of the cameras.
It definitely like sets a tone.
Yeah.
So we are running out of time. So we are going to do our final thoughts and scores. I really love this movie, and that ending quote is my favorite. When I first watched this, I bawled. Like, that's when I said, like, I was crying when I read that, and it says sometimes you have to make your own history. I just cried. So I would give it, like, a 9.5. It was my favorite. One of my favorite top 4 movies.
I really enjoyed it. I think the representation is important, and I think combining two problems with the lesbian community and with the black community, which is often combined in real life but not really in film, was really important, and it was really nice to see the community come together in that film. I like the idea of her making her own history and stuff like that. It was really good. I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10.
I went into it and like Megan said, I wasn't really, or sorry, what like Demi said, wasn't really sure what we were getting into, and then I saw it and I was like, I'm getting sucked into this. I like this a lot, actually. For the sake of time, I'm also gonna go with an 8.5, I think.
No, I really did like it. You really don't see lesbian movies that often. You really don't see black lesbian movies that often. And I really appreciate like the representation and just like the story being told. And I think it's is really something you like hardly ever see. And for that, I think I'm also going to go 8.5. I think I'm going to stay on the.
So 8.5. I really like how the issues and everything felt really real. Like it felt like it wasn't cheesy or anything. Like I saw the representation, I saw the issues presented, but it felt like a real scenario, which I thought was really cool. And I don't think I ever would have found this movie without you showing it to me. So I'm very thankful for you. 8.5.
So this has been The Watermelon Woman, and thank you guys for watching. That's been Cinema Sitdown.
Her name, the Watermelon Woman.
She gets on my last black lesbian nerve.
I am a black lesbian filmmaker. It's just beginning, but I'm gonna say a lot more and have a lot more work to do.